Hello again, my fellow birdies in the sky. Welcome to another Quick Tips video. On this video, I want to share with you a super secret energy core that no one knows about except those who know about it. First of all, take a look at the energy cores really quickly. If you look at the energy cores, you'll notice something very in common with them, and that is if you look at the charge per second on this one, it's 6 per second, and then the boost consumption is always half of that. So this one charges 6 per second and it boosts 3 per boost. This one is 6 and 3. This one's 7 and 3.5. This one's 7, 3.5. 8, 4.5. And you can go through all of these, even the DLC ones. 95 and 47. 91 and 54. 79 and 40. 80 and 60. Sometimes they're higher, but usually it's always half of the boost consumption. So what does that mean? Let me show you really quickly here. Let me take the best one here, the Mighty Core, and take this into a mission really quick. Alright, so I have the Mighty Core here. This is the best core, the DLC one, that has the increased flight speed as well. So if you'll notice, if you just dash with any of the cores, and you just want to keep dashing to keep your momentum or keep your height, you will notice that you don't really gain any energy while you're in the air. You just stay about the same if you want to keep constantly dashing as fast as you can to get away from enemies, or just keep your height. Because if you pause in between, at least with the Mighty Core or the Bird Core, you can kind of gain energy while you're in the air, but you're constantly losing height, which is a problem. So that's what you're going to find with all the cores in the game. However, let me get back to the one I wanted to show you. Now there is one core in the game that didn't get the memo and is a little bit different than all the others, and that is the level 43 core. If you look at the stats, it says charge per second 20, and the boost consumption is only 6, so it's actually less than half. It's actually 1/3 of the charge per second. So because of that little slight change, just because the other ones are 50%, the boost consumption is 50% of the charge per second, but this one is 30% or somewhere around there. Because of that, you actually can gain energy while you're in the air. Let me show you this. While you're dashing as fast as you can the whole time. Alright, so this is the level 43 core, the Sky High core. Now you'll notice if you keep dashing in the air as fast as you can, you actually gain energy. As you can see, you gain about 10 per dash, or about 10 per 2 dashes. And what that means, it's slight, but what that means is if you constantly dash, you're not going to lose your height. So what that means is you can constantly be staying in the air the whole time. Like sometimes you just want to stay in your happy place and not come down. And this core will allow you to do this. And if you wanted to, you actually could touch the highest part of the map by doing this. You just fly up and then just keep dashing, and you'll see you gain 50, 60, 70, 80, and I'm dashing, constantly the whole time. And because of, like I said, you're not losing your height. So what that means is you can fight very easily in the air the whole time with this particular core. And yes, it is a level 43, but to be fair, it has 1,000 energy. Or not 1,000. How much does it have? I'll have to look at that. But it has enough energy to fight with low energy weapons, which we'll talk about here in a moment. But as you can see, you can constantly stay in the air with this thing and constantly gain height if you wanted to. Like if you need to get something up someplace really high on top of a ship or something, or just fighting drones in the air really, and you want to stay in the right height. Because if you fight in the air, you'll notice if you're staying in the air and dashing the same height, it's tough for drones and wasps to hit you as a wing diver, because it's when you descend is when you get hit. But yeah, this allows you to stay in the air and fight in the air and dash the whole time. That's the key. Not just stay in the air the whole time, but also dash the whole time, so you're constantly being evasive, and then fight. So let me go back here and show some weapons that are really good with this core. First of all, let me take a look at the energy. I forgot to look at the max energy. So this one has 400. Mine's not maxed out, but it's pretty close to. So you may say, well, 400 is not very much. How are you going to fight with a weapon, at 400? I have covered in the past some weapons that are low energy to fight with, but I would say the most valuable ones, in my opinion, with this core, if you're fighting on Inferno or playing on Inferno, is I really like the where is it at? I suppose I should have this written down, huh? The Power Lance level 81. This is one of my favorite weapons. It's a single shot, does a high damage, 11,000. Good range too. My energy's not maxed, but I think it's somewhere around, I don't even know, 11, somewhere around there. I'm not sure maxed out, but so very low. So you could dash what, once or twice, and you get enough energy to shoot this thing once in the air and stay in the air. So this is a good weapon. Of course, the level 59. Is it 59? It's not 49. Sorry, 49. Dragoon Lance is very good as well, 13,000 damage for only 33 energy. The triple lances are also very cheap, where you can fight in the air with. Where is it at? This one is only 23 energy for 15,000 damage burst and 140 meter range. So stuff like that is very good. You want to look for something like in the 20s or 30s to fight with. You can use magazine weapons, and then once you need to reload, you have to come down. But I wouldn't necessarily recommend those, honestly. Thunderbow isn't terrible. Like I said, it's 100 energy, but it's a little high for what you want, but it is possible. There's also, like, you know, of course, any magazine, like this magazine, Raijin can be good, of course, because you don't have to reload it. What else can we use? Of course, you don't want to forget about grenades. Grenades are completely free. They have no cost. This one does 4,500 damage, and it recharges every 4.5 seconds. So you can always be just throwing this thing to the ground while you're staying in the air the whole time. Of course, there are cheap plasma launchers as well, such as, you know, this Plasma F cannon is only 100 energy. This one's only 55 energy for 1,300 damage. I would probably recommend the grenade over this because it's free, but you know, you can still use those. And then, you know, Geist is also possible because of just how low energy it is, but I don't know if I'd recommend that. And then any of these grenades that are less than around 200 energy. So, like the Heaven's Gate can be useful. The anti-air is very strong, can be very useful. A lot of damage per second if you look at it. You can dash around this thing the whole time and stay in the air. Thunder Cluster, you know, Heaven's Gates. Those are the only ones you can really use. Like the Glenfir ones and the walls. Those are too much energy to stay in the air while you're dashing the whole time. But Heaven's Gate's pretty good. Anti-air is pretty good. Let's take one of those, and let's take one of my favorites is the Power Lance. I gotta get this thing leveled. I was trying to level this thing the other day, but I couldn't do it. But yeah, let's go ahead and show you really quickly. But these are good weapons you can actually use and stay in the air the whole time, which is kind of strange that Wingdiver has good low-level weapons when she can abuse, you know, cores like this. And, or not just abuse cores like this, but abuse like the Mighty Core that has, you know, 2,000 energy, and then she can use a weapon that is viable on Inferno, and he only costs 20 energy. So it's kind of strange that they would choose that, but anyway. So let's go ahead and fly up here. You don't fly as high in the sky as quickly as the bird cores, but it doesn't matter because, like I said, you're constantly able to get your energy back and then go higher again after this. So let's go ahead and do this. So like I said, this core is very good for if you just want to stay in the air a lot and just fight from the air. But I mean, you have to use certain weapons, but regardless, you can still do it. So let's go ahead and throw this. This is good for drones, of course, if you have drones or something that's chasing you. It's very strong, and you can still stay in the air while you're doing it. It's gonna take you more dashes to get your energy back. As you can see, it takes about 4 dashes now because that's draining some of your energy in the background. But you're still able to stay in the air the whole time and recover energy enough, so it doesn't really matter. But that's one weapon you can use, of course. The grenade, like I said, is probably the safest, where it costs no energy at all. And, of course, the Power Lance as well. You will notice, like, if you have this grenade charging in the background, it may be tougher to fight with the other weapon until it's reloaded, but it just depends what you need for the mission, of course. So as you can see, I'm kind of slowly gaining energy this time, but not as great until it's reloaded, then it'll be fine. But yeah, you never have to land in the game with this particular core. You always can stay in the air the whole time. So it is something more enjoyable for those who like to micromanage energy and fight in the air the whole time. But of course, you can use this weapon very well up here as well. It's very strong and very quick shot as well, so you can fight pretty easily with it and not have to worry about energy as much. So So yeah, I just wanted to share that core with you because it's kind of strange in that it's the only core that has the dash costing only 30% of the energy per second compared to 50%, and that little bit makes a difference, and it allows you to stay in the air. A little cheap. I mean, I'm not too happy about this honestly because I like, I like challenge in the game, and this kind of nullifies a lot of the ground enemies missions where it's just ground enemies, but whatever. So yeah, I just wanted to share it with you. So let me go back here. So conclude with, yeah, it's level 43. It's called the Sky High Core. Very good. And then the weapons to use. I just wanted to share that with you and hope that was helpful to you. So once again, thanks a lot for watching. I hope to see you on the next video. And remember, EDF doesn't leave men behind. It's for real. And if you're interested in ways to support the channel, please consider hitting the join button, which is next to the subscribe button, or sharing the channel with someone, or watching a few ads. It does help financially, and it's very much appreciated. Hope to see you on the next one.